Hey, welcome, Journey, to Midweek Conversations. Pastor John here, and you know, I was all by myself last week, and they told me never do that again. So now I got two guys with me here. Pastor Dustin's back.
Good to be back,
Welcome
and
back from
I
your
just want
travels.
to thank everybody that emailed last week wondering where I was and telling Pastor John he never should have done this without me.
Outpouring, like how could you even do
Yeah,
this?
we had to hire a part-time person just to sort through all the email.
It was overwhelming.
Dustin, that's a lot.
So good to have Pastor Dustin back, and welcome back, Pastor Christian Wilson.
I'm glad to be back. I like being invited. It's a ton of fun.
Pastor Christian, I won't leave you hanging. Pastor Christian's our family pastor at Journey Christian for both of our campuses, Apopka and Lake County, and on our online community as well. We still do online ministry for students, don't we?
Yes, we still provide online content, YouTube channel. Follow us, subscribe, comment, like.
Yeah.
We like to have a lot of fun on there. But yeah.
Word on the street this week is Pastor Eddie Schmidt, former student pastor, now Lake County campus pastor. Eddie brought the word. He laid it down last week.
He really did.
To our students. Eddie preached at Wednesday night high school student ministry. And man, that's all I've heard all day today is Pastor Eddie.
I'm just going to
awesome.
tell you, I got so many comments from students
No kidding.
about Pastor Eddie coming back to speak.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you this, if you know Pastor Eddie, you love him. He's got this most sincere heart. And I just could tell from all the students, they had missed him, they enjoyed him, they were engaged, and it was really, really fun to get those text messages and hear about it.
So you know, I said, I got to hear this message, and there is a YouTube video of this, right?
Yep, you can find it on our Journey Students YouTube channel.
All right, well, that'll pop up here, and we'll see that. So we can see Pastor Eddie bring the fire.
Oh, it's an incredible word on the story and life of Joseph.
Good. Hey, before we go any further, last week you guys you took off on us.
We did.
You went up to Liberty University and did a little resident interviewing, talking. You taught. I heard you taught like 3 or 4 times in one day.
Yeah, taught some of the Liberty classes. So one of the things we do in our rhythm is about once a semester going up to Liberty University, and they've been in the media a lot, and I just want you to know, for not good reasons.
But you turned the presidency down.
Well, I interviewed for it. They didn't offer it to me yet.
Okay, gotcha.
I gave them my long contract, but don't worry, y'all are gonna come with me.
Right, gotcha.
I got some positions.
Wow, no, I'm staying.
Positions.
Listen, I'm loving the journey. I'm here.
Oh, wow. All right, there we
I'm
go.
not loving the Liberty. Okay, so
all right.
I do love Liberty, but God has called me here. But one of the rhythms that we do is going up to Liberty once a semester, and I'll tell you this because some people have asked me, knowing I go, man, that God is just on that campus, and any of the negative stuff you hear is really outside of it. What God's doing on it, and I'm mostly communicating about the president. The president just had some scandal that he went through, but man, what God is doing, the professors, the students, it's incredible. The Spirit of God on the campus is incredible. And so we go up there and teach in their youth ministry classes, and God's just given us some relationships there to do that. And really just the whole idea is for the residency program. If you're not familiar with it, it's a 2-year pastoral leadership program. And that's where we got Josh and Katie is from Liberty, and went up there and met, I would say about a dozen. Took Pastor Christian with me, as well as Katie and Josh. And we met probably a dozen prospects. We actually have one that we'll introduce you soon that is committed to coming in. So we're excited about that to introduce her to you. Where what we're seeing, and this is where you might be able to play a role in, is at first we thought the hardest part about the residency was finding residents. We thought that would be the hardest part. We now believe, because we have 4 right now, we're going to try to go to 8. I think the hardest part about the residency is actually finding them housing. We have an overwhelming number of people that want to participate in the residency from all across the United States. The challenge is finding a home. And so, again, if this is something that you're interested in, we have some lined up that are going to start May and June of next year, all the way up till maybe September. And so it's a 2-year commitment. If that's something that you're interested in, by all means, let us know. Love to be able to talk more to you about that. Great trip, though.
Should email you, dagard@journeychristian.com.
Email me.
about housing?
I do have a filter on my email. It senses if the email is positive or negative.
Oh, wow.
If
Good.
it's a negative email, it bounces and it forwards it.
I thought you forwarded
it forwards it to Pastor John. If it's
nice.
positive, it goes through.
That's why I'm getting
It's
all
next
that.
level filter. It's a next level.
Did you pay more for that? Because I would like one of those. Okay, good. Good to know.
But before we leave the subject of your visit to Liberty, what a lot of you don't know is Pastor Dustin and Pastor Christian are both getting a master's degree from Liberty next month. So what's the program, the name of the degree? Because you're both getting the same degree.
We are. It's the Masters of Christian Ministry, and really excited about that. And just really, mine, I kind of have a little bit of a cognate in leadership. Christian's is a little bit more in youth, and student ministry. And so it's been fun to do that together, and it's all been online.
We didn't take a single class together, though.
Not one class didn't fall together somehow.
Nope.
But it's
So I was going to ask you if he was a good student.
Well, I've heard he's gotten great grades, so there's that. But yeah, we never, sadly, got to take a class. I never got to comment on a discussion
Look at you
post.
two getting all educated.
Man, we're getting smarter, Journey. We're getting
wow,
smarter.
look at that. Seriously, that's something to be proud of. I'm proud of both Dustin and Christian because, I mean, they're got families and growing families and taking the time to do this. That's a big deal. But they're investing in themselves, and we also invest with them in doing that, in supporting them in getting these postgraduate degrees. But they're investing in themselves, but they're investing in kingdom, they're investing in journey, they're investing in journey by growing themselves. And one of our core behaviors as staff is grow yourself, right?
That's right.
Right?
I thought you were going to do the motion. Yep.
That's our motion. Grow yourself.
We have motions. And I'll tell you this, you mentioned it. I've been wanting to go back to school for a while, and I just couldn't figure out how to really handle it on a financial level. And so when Journey wanted to help be a part of that, I was so overwhelmed. It was a no-brainer and just grateful. And when we hired Christian, that was a no-brainer. Is man, keep going to school. That was the thing we talked about. And now you're loving.
I'm loving
it, man. Now you're all in.
Yeah, school has definitely been something I've enjoyed. It was something I was definitely hesitant to because, number one, Emily, my wife at the time, was pregnant, and I was like, I don't know how a kid is gonna function, and then got into the routine and rhythm of that, and then enrolled. And to be honest with you, it's something I definitely have loved, and it's grown me a ton.
I've heard both Christian and Dustin say, they got full plates here, a lot of responsibility at Journey. You carry really important roles for us, family and associate lead pastor. That they go home at night, and after kids go to bed, they're doing their classwork. They're writing papers and doing all kinds of stuff. So I mean, it's a big deal. So proud of both of you. So when is the date that you get your,
December 18th. December 18th. December 18th. It's going to be good. We're going to be partying December 19th for sure.
We got Master Agard and Master Wilson. That'll be with us. Christian, that's awesome. Hey, one of the things we wanted to talk a little bit about while we have Pastor Christian here, two important things, is first of all, we just had baby dedication at both Apopka and Lake County, and went really well.
Yeah.
We had several families at Apopka and almost as many at Lake County.
Literally.
That just filled the room up out there, but it was great. And baby dedication is a part of really kind of a discipleship path
100%.
for parents and kids. The kids, obviously not aware of everything going on. Baby dedication is really for the parents to help them make a commitment to say, we're going to do. And Pastor Christian, I really appreciate what you said, is that you've never met a perfect parent, but you've met a lot of faithful parents. Yeah. And that is such a good word that we need to hear. There are no perfect parents, but you can be a faithful parent. Yeah. And I really appreciate how you queued that up.
Yeah, no, I love baby dedication. We had an orientation for those families just to let them know, why are they doing this? Like, why does it matter that they participate in baby dedication orientation or the process? And the beautiful part is people think that they have to raise their kids alone. Yeah. And that was never the design. When Moses is speaking in that Deuteronomy verse that I read, man, he is trying to encourage them, like, let let the church be the village.
Yeah.
Like, let us encourage you. Like, we want to partner with you. And that's what we wanted to offer them, is they don't have to try and disciple their kids alone. That's what the church was designed to help be the light with. And so it's just an incredible opportunity. I know that that verse is something I've heard Dustin say multiple times, that, you don't have to be a perfect parent, but faithful is the
Or
one.
even there's a lot of parents, and I'll even address this if I could jump in. There's a lot of parents that think, you know what? I haven't been to seminary. I'm not ordained. So I haven't read the entire Bible. So who am I to teach my kids? Who am I to disciple my kids?
Right.
And really what I would encourage, and one of the things we say is, you are the number one influencer. I don't care how old you are as a parent. You don't have to have a toddler. If your kids are 40 years old, you are the number one influencer in your child's life. And you always will be. And that's the way God's designed it. And so you don't have to have read the entire Bible. You simply, John 9, it's the story of the blind man, is you met Jesus, he's changed something about you, and then you just testify to that. Yeah. And you do that to your kids.
And the language we used this weekend was difference maker. And the biggest difference maker in the life of a child, these babies that were dedicated, is mom and dad.
Absolutely.
And then right outside of that is going to be grandpa and grandma.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be you're right, Pappy and Mimi. It's going to be aunts and uncles. It's that extended family. And one of the cool things every baby dedication Sunday I've been a part of is the amount of extended family that come. Yeah. I mean, even in the midst of a pandemic, we still had a lot of extended family come out to support that baby.
Yeah, that whole section over there was packed this morning at a Popkin, Lake
Lake
County.
Lake County was full as well. Yeah.
The section for Lake County was everywhere.
Yeah, all right.
They took up the whole service. It was cool.
Yeah. So Pastor Dustin led out at Lake County baby dedication time there, and Pastor Christian and Tammy Joseph, our Journey Kids director here at Apopka. She, you guys both did well. So that's one of the steps. But there's some we call them family ministry milestones, or just ministry milestones that we have in family ministry, that, it starts with baby dedication, but then another step beyond that, and we had some conversation with some families about their children being baptized.
Yes, correct.
Baptism day, if people haven't seen that, that kind of surfaces, hey, what's happening? I want to do that. I had some conversation with some parents and students, myself this Sunday. I know Tammy said she had some as well.
Right.
But
Jeremy Tomlinson's son was baptized.
Exactly.
In Lake County, we baptized, I believe, maybe eight years old, Josiah and
Green.
Right.
Yeah, Austin, who leads worship at our Lake County campus, but another grandchild of Pastor Randy Green. So Pastor Randy, literally, think about this. What a good week for Pastor Randy. Way to go, Pastor Randy. He helped baptize his grandson here at the Apopka campus, Jeremy and Crystal's son, and then he was he a part of that baptism?
He was not a part of it.
But
he was there. He was taking pictures. He was doing the whole thing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, mom and dad did the baptism, which was neat.
Brittany and Austin. Yeah. That's awesome. So, but that's another milestone. Right. And we have a resource that we can get the parents, right? We'll put that on the screen right now. Just a downloadable resource, right?
Yes, it's a downloadable packet that is designed for parents to walk through with their kids. Because 5th grade, 4th grade, 3rd grade, they may get the gist of things, but mom and dad, what we want to do is partner with you, equip you with a packet to help walk them through. What does it look like? What does baptism actually mean? Like, why do you get baptized? Yes. How do you accept Jesus? How do you start a relationship with Jesus? There's so many questions that I think that the church can sometimes assume, but we don't want to assume. We want to equip parents.
Little boy I talked to yesterday, he said, I want to be baptized.
Baptized. That's a good one.
And one of my daughters I think my oldest daughter, that's kind of what she said. I want to be baptized. But my youngest daughter said this. I thought this was cool. She said, Daddy, when can I get advertised? That's what she thought the word meant, advertised. Right. And I thought, that's kind of what baptism is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of advertising. Yep. I'm following Jesus. Yep. I'm engaging Jesus. So that's an important milestone as well. That part of what we parents are the influencers, but we're that support, and that's one of the ways we support them.
And you mentioned the packet, and how there's a lot of questions. I want to let the parents be rest assured is You don't have to answer all these questions. The packet walks them through that. So don't feel overwhelmed or intimidated. And you're talking about how it's the role of the parent, and we're coming along to help resource them. Right. That's Ephesians 4:12. Right. I mean, when you read Scripture, that is what we are called to do, is help equip the people to do the ministry. And that includes you, moms and dads, to be able to help equip you. That's our role. How can we encourage you, equip you, empower you to help make a difference?
And that is so good that the parents, mom, dad, get to be a part of that conversation. Right. I think that's important that they can do that. So you can download that. Just click on the link, and we'll make sure that you get that. Dustin or Pastor Christian, the milestones beyond that. Another one is graduation, right?
Yes. Yep, graduation coming in May. Wow.
Yeah, that's a huge milestone that we want to celebrate as well. It was really kind of wonky because of COVID this past year, and the class of 2020. I just pray that God somehow brings back that year, the locust, the virus 8, that somehow that gets restored to them, that celebration, because that was such a loss that they did not get celebrated the way they should have been. But that's something that we want to try to do as a milestone, right?
Correct, yes. What we usually do here at Journey, if you've been here for a little while, you know that we do a graduation service every May. Yeah. What we want to honor the graduates of each year, each graduating class. And last year we were able to do a YouTube service, and maybe you were a part of it. Some families got together and kind of filmed it and had a good time with it. We wanted to make it meaningful during that time, but I know that year was it was hard for a lot of seniors. But we've tried to stay in touch with many of them to keep honoring them and keep our connection as the church. Because just because they graduated from high school doesn't mean they graduate the church. But I'm really excited for this May. We've got an incredible graduating class, a number of seniors that are near and dear to my heart, and I'm sad to see them go, but I know that God's going to use them, and they're going to be incredible on their campus for the Lord.
But that's just a good example of milestones, and to fill in the blank a little bit on some of the milestones and this is just kind of help me understand the strategy of family ministry. So there's a little more time taken when a fifth grader goes to middle school, right? So there's kind of that's a key transition. And when an eighth grader transitions to high school, there's some intentional ministry times and environments that we have for those transitions.
Yes, for instance, so like this summer, we usually do something called Jumpstart to Journey Students, which is the 5th to 6th grade transition. And it simply wants to link arms with our kids ministry to help those 5th graders transition, get to understand the different time. Middle school is now Sunday at 5 p.m., which is different than just parents coming on a Sunday morning. So we want to link arms with them in that, and then definitely with the 8th to 9th grade transition, we have some survey nights for students to come and check out what does it look like to be a part of the high school ministry. Yeah. What does it sound like? Who are the leaders? All that kind of stuff.
That's so
But it's
important.
an incredible, yes, of course.
It's important for the parents as well.
Yes, yeah, because it's an adjustment.
Yeah, they are. We call them milestones because they are huge. And what's interesting is when we get across them and look back, they're like, well, those aren't as big as my job or my mortgage or my this. They are massive in the life of a child and decide a lot of the direction in their life. And we want to pay attention to them. And I know, Christian, I don't want to just do semantics.
Yeah.
We don't just have graduation Sunday to honor them. Right. We have a posture that we think we have a lot we can learn from the next gen as well. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons we give them a platform, is because we believe that adults have something to offer students, but students have something to offer 100%. The church as well. 100%. And the moment we stop listening to the next generation is the moment we peaked. Yeah. And we don't want to peak. We want to keep looking back and saying, okay, what is God teaching you? How are you reaching your friends? How are you growing in the Word? Let's hear some fresh new ideas. And that's one of the things we want to continue to build a bridge to each and every generation that passes.
100%. No, that's awesome.
All right, before we wrap up here, we want to talk a little Jingle Jam.
Oh, Jingle Jam.
Let's get our Jingle Jam on.
I am super excited. I know that this is an event that many might be familiar with and many might not be familiar with. Jingle Jam is an incredible event that I think it's incredible, but it's designed for families to invite their neighborhood. Yep. Literally, their neighborhood. As much as we want to bless families that come.
Yeah.
We want to equip families to know this is an incredible opportunity to bring a neighbor, to bring a friend, to invite a family that, to be honest with you, might need a little bit more joy in this holiday season. And so I want to give you the dates. So grab a pen and paper, write it down, remember it, because December 4th and December 5th. So December 4th is a Friday at Lake County. We will be doing Jingle Jam. So I'm excited. That's going to be from 6 to 7:30.
6 to 7:30.
That's Jingle Jam Lake County, December 4th from 6 to 7:30. Now, December 5th, that's a Popka, 6 to 7:30 here as well. So it's
That's
two
a
different
Saturday.
days. Correct.
Friday and Saturday.
Correct. But we want to see you guys come on out. It's going to be a great time. There's going to be loads of fun games. There's going to be some experience outside for you to have. But we are still anticipating to do that, and we're excited too.
Yeah, and here's a couple thoughts for that. One is, as you mentioned, it's an outreach opportunity.
Right.
Because there are so many neighbors, friends, family that, I mean, no matter what we do, they're not going to come to church on a Sunday, but they would come on a Friday or Saturday when it's a little bit more lighthearted, where we just get to love and serve them in a different way. And that's one of the reasons, that's part of the strategy. And then the goal is, we want to be able to provide a free night for you just to laugh with your kids, for you to laugh with your family, your neighbors. And what is it like to just laugh, have a good time? You don't have to put anything together. You just come, receive, and then leave. You don't need to clean anything up. We'll take care of that. As a parent, you're used to doing all that. Let us just come and serve 100%. You, your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers, and we just want to give a free, fun night.
So a couple of things that we need to make people aware of.
100%.
Obviously, we're still dealing with all the protocols, the necessary protocols for COVID. So these are ticketed events.
Correct.
So both Lake County and Apopka are ticketed events.
Yes.
So that's the first thing. So people need to be able to go online and to get a ticket.
Yeah.
You go online right here to this website right here.
All right, gotcha.
See what I
Very
just
cool.
did right there?
I like that.
That's awesome. Good job.
It's like the weather man,
Oh, the weather-
pointing to a green screen.
Not only is it here, it's also right here.
Oh man, come on! Don't mess with our Mark.
Poor Mark.
Yeah,
He's
leave
going to
him
be like,
alone.
no.
Now, the important part of the tickets, though, is they're free.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the tickets are free. That's exactly right. But it's important from just to maintain standards. And we talked a little bit about that today. We're not oblivious to rising numbers in our state and across our country. It's a huge concern. And so I would just say there's three things that we need to do, and this is like a pastor's alliteration. Wear a face covering, wash your hands, watch your distance. All right? If you're watching, say it with me. Wear a face covering, wash your hands, watch your distance. And that's all going to be a part of what we do in our worship gatherings on Sunday, but particularly when we bring families together during this time. So that's still a concern to us. We want to do what's most loving and what's most wise, but we are meeting and we are ministering, and these are great events for families to come together.
Yeah. And the tagline for Jingle Jam is that it's a party big enough for the whole family.
Yeah.
Right.
And so this is something for your entire family. So you would bring your 2-year-old into the service. You'd bring, your teenager, whatever it is. Our whole family comes every year and just sits and enjoys it, laughs, has a good time.
The whole event, everything from a production standpoint, we are going to try to engage kids at every age. Yeah. So trust me, when Dustin says two, I mean, truly, it's going to be a great time for them. It's going to be some animated figures they might even know. It's going to be great.
Well, we're excited about bringing Jingle Jam to Journey Christian, First Lake County, December 4th, 6 to 7:30. Journey Christian Apopka campus, December 5th, 6 to 7:30. Any final words for us, Pastor Christian?
I would encourage you, if you haven't yet, go watch Pastor John's message. It was incredible about being the salt of the earth. And I will tell you that is an incredible word that can be very powerful for you to invite a friend for Jingle Jam. Because when you build your life and your foundation on Jesus Christ, it's going to call you to invite a friend to know him more. So it's a great opportunity.
Thank you, Pastor Christian. Any word from you, Pastor D.A.?
Go Dolphins.
They are doing pretty good.
6-3.
This man.
Enough of that. So, hey, thanks for joining us this week on Midweek Conversations. Thank you, Pastor Dustin, Pastor Christian, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Journey, we will wrap up just this brief 2-part series this coming Sunday with Difference Maker Part 2. So Pastor Christian said, if you haven't watched this past week's gathering, I encourage you to do that. Just a really good challenge for Jesus saying, you are the salt of the earth. And what does that mean? And what did that mean in Jesus' day? That's really important for us to understand that. And this week we're going to talk about radical difference makers. We're going to take it to a new level of difference making as we talk this Sunday. Still on our social media pages, there's some great stories that we're sharing of difference makers in specific ministries that happen here at Journey, from facilities to student service, student ministries, children's ministries, music and tech. There's just all kinds of ways. And if you'd like to serve on a serve team, we encourage you to just let us know that through one of our journeychristian.com or our social media pages. We'd love to have you join us in making a difference for Jesus. Thanks for joining us this week. Midweek Conversations, loving the journey.